Picardie. Now the Picardie is a ship that I consider to be the worst tier 8 next to Anhalt. It was absolutely terrible playing it back in the day. However, it got buffed quite a bit. Or we'll see how much. The Sigma increased from 1.5 to 1.7. That should make it far more consistent. And the main battery shell ballistics change. Their trajectories will be now significantly flatter, whatever that means. We tested already Harugumo back in the day where they said they will be flatter, and it was quite a nice change. At like 12 km it was 0.7 seconds faster reaching time, which is not bad, nearly a second. But here it says significantly. At 22.7 km it needs 14.5 seconds. That doesn't sound like a lot actually. I don't really have a comparable value right now, but that does look pretty fast. What is it at 20 km? At 15? That does look pretty fast, honestly. We'll see. They have a decent matchmaking. However, there's a CV and a submarine still in, so it's not the best. Even though we are top tier. But even back in the day... Oh! And it has 360 turrets? Was that a thing back in the day? I don't know. Anyway, we'll see how it performs now. Back in the day, again, my judgment was fatal on this ship. It was, for me, one of the worst tier 8s in the game. Next to, of course, Mr. Anhalt. Concealment is pretty nice, though. We'll see. I wish we had a comparable value. I need to look at my older video of the Picardie, my older gameplay from like years ago or whatever it was released. We can't really shoot him here. Oh, we can go for the Bina. Oh yeah, those shells are way faster. Or like, the shell trajectory is super low. Okay. Did he DCP? He DCP'd? Okay, then we're gonna go with the reload booster. I know exactly where he is. Too bad he didn't open up like most of the exhaust smoke BB players would do. Kind of wasted the reload booster. I thought he would open up. This looks actually like the dispersion it used to be with a lock-on back in the day. Like, no joke, the dispersion doesn't look that bad. Oh. We can test the AP. Yeah, that looks way better. That was a good hit. I mean, it wasn't as much damage as I would expect for 6 pence, but we gotta remember these are 305s and not 350s or 30s or whatever it is on Lyon. Good morning, El Matador. El Matador. What I'm kind of surprised is how well or how fast the shells are. I mean, 6 seconds leading time on that Cossack here right now. That's so easy to aim. Yeah, look at this. Sure, we only got 2 hits now, DD and so on, but that's not bad at all. Actually, by the way, the fire chance. 60% fire chance is pretty ass though. I didn't remember it's this bad. If I would have known that, I would have probably not even shot HE in the first place. But yeah, the guns do seem way more consistent, that's for sure. That's broadside enough. We're gonna use our reload booster here. We'll try. That's broadside enough. Not for citadels, but for pens. For full pens. Aim a bit upper. Yeah, this definitely feels way more consistent. Like, I'm not saying at all that this ship is great in any way still. Because, I mean, we didn't have the full broadside, to be fair. That's still angled here. But that does feel way more consistent than what it used to be. Like, you gotta consider, we had nothing really. You had guns all over the place. You didn't really had good shell arcs. The air deck was crazy bad on the ship. But this looks so much better now. Can actually work with it. It is better for sure. Like, would I take it over Lenin or something? Nah, never. But I'm actually gonna finish this fell off. But this is definitely quite a bit better. And it's so easy to aim. Like, look how fast the shells are. Like, look at the trajectory. Back in the day, they would go like up like a catapult. Here we have now a full flat boy. There we go. Once it. I'm gonna go forward again because Cossack might have launched torpedoes at us. Not bad. This is actually like you don't want to know what it was back in the day. It was literally unplayable. I felt like whenever you had a Picardie on your team, you kind of griefed your team completely. But with this, it was so bad. Like, it was like, again, it was just like an Anhalt, guys. It was a ship you should not get. Like, it was worse than most tactic ships as well. Like, it's not something. But this feels so much better to play around. Like you have to play it still very safe. You are a Lyon hull after all on T8. Although you do have 32mm of bow armor, if I'm not wrong. But all things considered, especially at long range fights now, that feels so much better. I mean, look how flat the shells are, the trajectory. This would be here probably somewhere usually. That's really, really a big buff. Oh well, two shatters, 2 fires, Le Mans. We're gonna now go into C cap because Cossack is in B, and then we're gonna keep trying to get the fires on the Bina now permanently. Hatchet's good. I mean, it's actually quite trash. 16% is not good for a BB, but we did get a good roll there, to be honest. And we have 16 guns. And since you hit more, like, despite having the same fire chance as before, since you'll probably land more shells nowadays, it's gonna be also better at laying fires eventually. 16 is pretty good in 16 guns. Yeah, but I think Lyon has like 24, for example, and that's one lower. Again, we have a bit faster reload than the reload booster, to be fair. Good afternoon, Benzi. We're currently testing out the Picardie, seeing how the buffs affect the ship. And I'm quite positively surprised, to be honest. The shells are very easy to aim. They're still like, it's still a shotgun, guys. We don't need to talk about that part here. I'm just gonna spray HG here now. But it's so much more consistent. It's so much easier to aim. Would I still consider it an amazing ship? No, not really. But for everybody who has it, for whatever reason, got it, I can't even remember how you get it, you can now play it and enjoy it far more. That's for sure. I still wish though it had Leon guns. The 305s like from the pen, because the 305s really do lack the pen. And longer ranges. I wonder if that trajectory skill also changed the AP penetration, because usually they write it next to it, which they didn't here, so I presume it's the same AP pen still. But very, very nice. This is really a buff I'm looking forward to. Oh, I'm really happy about that they implemented this. Like, you gotta understand, again, I cannot say it enough. I think this was the worst tier 8 with Anhalt in the game currently. We don't even care about the CV here right now. Just want to finish off the BB. And I want to go into firing range as soon as possible again. I think everybody who had a Picardie can agree on this statement, by the way. There's probably not a lot of people who have this ship, though. Good morning, Dave.
Problème résolu, chef.
It feels kind of wrong that we can apparently lob over here with this new trajectory, but we can. Still. But look how fast the shells are. Look how easy it is to aim there. You see this? And also the grouping is much more consistent due to having this better values now. We gotta be careful here though, by the way, we can still lose this. We're talking about less than 10 seconds leading time on nearly just above 17 kilometers. That's crazy good. He's still healing. Oh, the CV's perma-griefing me here. That's so annoying. Where are you going, fella? Can you not hump me for once? We need to get the cap here. We need to stop the tickets bleed, to be honest. Nah, he's gonna get it right. At 1 second, I'm gonna mold. Nah, it's 0 seconds. I hate CVs. I hate CVs. The fact that he doesn't even need to arm the torpedoes to reset me is also kind of cringe. You were so cool. Honestly, please. Bina and Dunkirk are low HP. It's crazy right now. Do we have the Dunkirk here? Come on. Get it, CV. Good. Okay, that bought us some time.
Alerte incendie.
The Bobita could have moved up, bro. Long time ago. I can't cap. Yeah, okay, it's GG. It's lost.
Problème résolu, chef.
I can't leave this cap because the point split would have killed us already, but I also cannot get the cap because the CV always resets me. It's so crazy. If the Bobita could have moved long time up, he can tank a bit of he's full HP. He's not gonna get killed by Dunkirk on the front. But it doesn't matter. Even if I move, he will always land one torpedo on me. This is so cringe, man. If I'm really lucky, I can make it through there, but no. Not gonna happen. Wait, that actually didn't reset, so it had to arm. Never mind. But hey, I couldn't care less about this right now. There we go. Ending up still second in the team. I can't complain. I wish we could have killed the Bina. That would have bought us a bit more time. I wish our CV would have moved forward to block B cap by now already, which would have also bought us more time. And I wish the submarine wouldn't have died. We could have potentially won it if Bina died and if the Bobita moved up. But the people didn't play it like this, so unfortunate. I can't leave the cap, because if I leave the cap, the point split is too crazy. But thanks to this amazing class that can be behind a mountain, wanking with his thingy around and can reset me every time, it's impossible for me to ever leave the cap. Basically, we're not talking about that anymore though. Picardie, absolutely amazing, not absolutely amazing, sorry. Absolute improvement. I wouldn't still call it a very good tier 8, but it's definitely far more playable. And it's nowhere near as bad as it used to be. Like, you really gotta understand, the shellacs were ferocious. It was hard to aim with it. The guns felt completely lackluster because they spread all over the place. And now with that Sigma buff, it's far more consistent, and with the ballistic, it's super easy to aim. So definitely far more enjoyable. If you have the ship, go try it out. It's crazy how it changed. Would I still recommend it as a tier 8? No, I think there's a lot of other premiums I would recommend before it. But it's a very, very nice buff. Like a very, 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 very nice buff to the ship. And it actually makes it somewhat fun to play. Back in the day, it was just frustrating and one of the worst tier 8s, to be honest. But I hope you enjoyed it, the preview of this little lovely Picardie. And see you next time.